Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you all. Uh, Actually, Abuna, he was the smart one in class, and I was the lazy one. Yeah, but I made it up. Just like telling him. He was really the smart and the A-straight student, and he knew it all. So he was kind of... so thank you for having me. I hope this time will be fruitful. I hope this time will be an opportunity for discussion and dialogue. So I hope you'll engage with me. So this is not a lecture, and you will say amen and go home and do nothing. It is kind of a suggested framework and hope for the future. None of whatever we will say is achievable in a week or a month or a year or 2 years, but I see it as a life goal among many that we try to achieve. We might succeed, we might fail at some point, but at least we have a roadmap to help us, I guess, look towards the finish line. Okay, so deal. So please ask any time, interrupt me, it's okay. Again, it is not a lecture, it is a discussion, okay? So agree all? All right, thank you. Yeah, nice. Yeah, sit here together. We are the couples. Yes. Sit مع بعض. Yeah.
Sit next to your spouse, please.
It's okay.
Maybe after. Maybe after.
I doubt, though. I doubt. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. طب, how about you? Where is your wife? Where is your wife? She's not. She's not here. No. Yeah, so let's do some rules. No elbowing. Okay. No pointing fingers. Okay. All right. So Abuna called it the art of marriage, and it is a very catchy phrase. It is a very catchy title, and it is actually true because it takes skill. It takes art to make marriage work. Marriage is hard work. And I'm sure, like all of you who are married know by now, okay? So, like whether you are a newly married, 10 years married, 25 years married, or even more, we are still working on our marriage. And I don't claim that I have achieved everything that I am saying, but I try. So it is a collaborative work. It is a teamwork. Be subject to one another in the fear of Christ. And this is the verse that will guide us. And of course, this verse might be controversial a little bit because we don't like to be subject to anyone, right? And it means be subject so one is higher, one is lower. But if you look at the verse, it's in the fear of Christ. What does it really mean? I see it as be subject to your role as God gave you, as God entrusted you in your marriage, or be subject to your calling. So tonight and tomorrow I will talk about the role of a husband and the role of the wife, but the better word is the calling, okay? Because when we talk about roles, it is who is doing what. But when you look at it as a calling, it is a way of being. Way of being is much better than what everyone should do or should not do. When I am following my calling, I strive to be better. But if I am doing what I'm supposed to do, I will keep a checklist, and I'll keep tabs on what was done, what was not done. So I hope we agree on this. When we talk about the roles in marriage, What are the roles? We have many questions, and I would like for you to engage in answering these. Are roles essential for marriage? What do you think? Does it? Yes? In what sense?
It's like you've got mutual agreements, things that you have to do, and you're going to approach it as a team, and everybody has a role. Like,
Provide some clear expectations, maybe? Okay, good. Or should it be a marriage of equality? There's no one better than the other. What do you think? Does roles mean that there's no equality? No? Okay.
it's about organizing.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is like an organization.
Okay. Yeah.
Organize,
Yeah.
otherwise
A mess, right? Imagine if you're working in your company and everybody is the CEO, everybody is the janitor, everybody is the accountant. You can't run any company if everybody has the same role. Good. Yeah. Do you want to say yes?
I see the rules, especially as a beginner, you have two different mentality,
Mm-hmm.
attitude, and the life would bring different situations when we have rules about how we're going to handle
Mm-hmm.
those different situations. Rely on the Bible, rely on the best opinion. So again, because two different people going to have a contract together, for sure, not because I'm better than here or she better than me. When we face those things, how we're going to handle,
Mm-hmm.
how to approach an issue, I think this is rules.
Okay. So I was just observing, and I got you all into this trap of doing, because roles means doing, right? Who will do what? Okay. Yes.
Some feel it's like a role, or the only role that they feel that it has to be, it's the same rule for both of them. The rules that we were like تكوين اثنين سموعين نظير.
Hmm.
I know that it was said about Eve, but I feel that it can work for both of them.
Good.
Okay, so my role is to be a mu'in, nazir, to my wife, and she's supposed to be the same for myself.
Good job. Who's your wife? Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah. I guess I'm done because he. Can I go home now? He said, "Go." Thank you. To like add some. Okay, I have to do this now. So I would like to know your anonymous opinion. Okay. So for guys only, text Ghali, my last name. Sorry, I'm so self-centered here. To this number 22333. Only guys. Text my last name, which is here, to the number 22333. Once you join, you will get a reply. Huh? For now. Yeah, 22333. So it is 2 2s and 3 3s. And just text my last name to this number, please, to enroll in this poll. Did you get the message back, the confirmation? Okay, once you get this, the confirmation, send, just try one word. What is my role as a husband? Or calling, whatever you want to choose. You can send one word, but don't send 2 words with a space. If you want to combine 2 words, add a dash between or underscore. And you can send more than 1 word or more than 1 time. So That's it, only 3? Come on. I'll count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 16 responses at least, because you can add more. Keeping what? My what? Ah, that's a good boy. He knows his limits. Ship. Who said the priest? Abuna? Actually, you are a priest over your house. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You can add more answers, so it is not only once. You can send more than once. Okay, so this will enrich our discussion. So please. So helper is the big one so far. Provider, captain. Oh, ship captain. Partner, lover, support, provider. That's it. No more roles, you can see in yourself. Okay? Okay, so now I will clear the responses, and now I will have the ladies will send. What do you think your husband's role is? So let me clear the responses. Now to enroll, do the same, send my last name to 22333. And let's see what the ladies think about your role, what it should be.
Be nice.
Don't say priest. Another one, I'm here.
Read your thoughts.
Once you get the confirmation, you're in, send your response. Backbone, that's a good one. Okay, more. Glue, this is deep. Glue that keeps the family together. أو ملزق بقى. Protector, backbone, helper, wisdom, nurturer. This is nice. Responsible. So it's clear that there is a different understanding of the guy's role as they see it as themselves versus the wives. For the guys, how is it for you after seeing your responses, seeing your wives or the ladies' responses? Any insight here? Any new kind of role or calling that you haven't thought about before? Now you heard the other view. Patience, responsible, lover. Come on, what do you think, guys? This is the ladies' view of you.
It is a characteristic.
Yeah.
Both sides equally good, but each personality, like male, female, has a different personality, and she can give something I can't, and I can give something she can't. So it's kind of a Go ahead.
collaborative
Correct.
kind of role.
And as well, a characteristic for each
Yeah.
male and female personality is.
But it is like always, it's a good eye opener to see how your wife view you versus what you think you should be doing. Okay, and this is the purpose here: is to be able to listen to the need, not as you see it, because easily we can choose what we think is better, that we are capable of. But it is nice to pause and listen. What does she need from me? Okay? Versus what I think I should be doing, and this is it, right? Let's do the other. So keep this in mind, okay? Keep all these words in mind, okay? For the guys. Let's do the other one. Now, your role as the wives. What do you think your role is? Guys, wait, don't respond. Now, well, only the wives. Okay, so for those who just came, please to enroll in this poll, text my last name to this number, 22333. There's a number that you will text to, and then send my last name to enroll. You will receive a message, say that you are in. After you receive this, send your one-word choice of what do you think your role is as a wife. Everything. Well, that's modest. Actually, I agree. Yeah, I agree. What do you think your role is? Yeah. Support system, homekeeper, helper, nurturer, lover, supporter, completes, house. Where is that? Homekeeper. Equal. Okay. That's it. So the bigger one, or the one that received the most votes, are helper, lover, completes, or completer. This is even a word. All right. Let's see the guys. What do you think your wife's role is? And be nice, okay? Co-pilot, mother, logic, teammate, provides balance, I guess, mother, what's because island? This is a typo or what? Equal contributor. Okay, so for the ladies here, is this okay with you? Is this how you think you should be doing your role? This is how the guys see you. Is it doable? True? Troublemaker? Okay, so for the sake of time, we all have our understandings of what a husband, what a wife should be or should not be doing. So again, keep all this in mind. So when we think about roles, we think using culture, using the way we were brought up. We think about it because we have seen our parents do marriage, okay? And this is how we learn marriage. And we think this is it. So when you take it only from the culture, it is confining. They put people in a box, and they limit the choice and may keep women in their place. But of course, this is an old view. But how about the biblical view of roles? It is essential because, again, I mentioned it is a way of calling. It's a way of being. It's how you are designed as a man or a woman by God. It is how you are made up. Your brain, your heart, your everything that is about you, how God made you. This is your calling, and this is your role to fulfill in marriage. So we can choose whether you want your marriage to be a traditional, cultural, based on stereotypes, based on what will work better for you, or if you want to lead a Christian marriage, you have the option or the choice to think about your calling in God's design. Here we have 2 points of views. For husband is the head of the wife, as Christ also is the head of the church. The wise woman builds her house. Wives, be subject to your own husbands as to the Lord. So now here, how can we reconcile all these verses? They offer opposing views, right? Is the man is the head, but how is the woman really builds the house? But how, again, the women are required to be subject to their own husband. How can we reconcile all that given our cultural framework, our upbringing in a Western society, how we can do this with women empowerment, and really women are equal to men? How can we do that? How can we rid ourselves from the baggage that we receive from culture, from family, from our own parents? How can we do this? First thing is that we have to understand that in the biblical design, there's equality. Man equals woman. No way God has intended for the women to be lesser than the men. It's of equal value, same importance, but different roles, different function, because of the design, because how God intended when He created me as a man, when He created my wife as a woman. So we have to agree on this ground rule that when we talk about roles or calling in marriage, we never meant to be someone is higher and the other is lower. It's always equal, always of the same value, but different function. It is a responsibility, not your own rank. And this is hard for us. because I guess for most men, we enjoy the luxury of being natural leaders. We are groomed and we are raised to be leaders and to take initiatives. And we go about our business and we expect that our voice will be heard. But it's so important that to understand and to agree that whatever your role is, your calling is, it is a responsibility, not a rank. And this is why in Luke, there was a quarrel or a disagreement among the disciples. There was a dispute among them as to which one of them was regarded to be the greatest. There's always this innate desire to be superior to the other person. And this is not wrong. In psychology, this desire is driven by our inferiority. Each one of us here has some inferior things about them. And to cover this inferiority, we strive for superiority. We strive to prove everybody's wrong. We strive to cover our insecurities by going after our job, our career, getting a better car, getting a better shoes, getting a better house. We always want to add because we are insecure. And it's okay to admit that we are insecure, because we are. I am insecure. Okay, so there is no shame about saying we are insecure. And the disciples were the same. Who was the greatest? Who will sit next to Jesus? And he told them, it is not this way with you, but the one who is the greatest among you must become like the youngest, and the leader like the servant. So this is our calling, by the way. Not only for disciples, but for the Christians. Any Christian is called to be a servant in whatever circle she or he is. How about your own family, your own home? Especially the guys. I want you to think about that. You are called to be a servant, by the way. Not the head, not the leader, not the ruler, not the boss, not the superior, not the wiser, not the smarter. Am I offending any guys here? I think I do. It's okay. What's that? Yeah, I know. Thank you. But again, this is our calling. Again, it's not my words, it is his words. So you have a choice, actually. The choice is to either fall into the world's understanding of roles, and this will lead to individuality, and we call it individuation, that each one of the couple will have his or her own agenda, and they will run to a different finish lines. Or you will pursue God's purpose for you, which is to be one, and you will have one finish line. This is the choice. And again, it is hard. I'm not saying we can do this next month, but it is a life's goal. So, what is oneness? Oneness is achieved by this verse. Through wisdom, a house is built, and by understanding, it is established. By knowledge, the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. How can we do that? If you really want to seek God's will for your marriage, I believe this is the verse that will guide us, with many verses, of course. A house through wisdom is built. Wisdom on what? In understanding and pursuing God's calling for me as a husband and as a wife. By understanding of my calling, understanding of my role, and by knowledge, to learn more about my spouse, learn more about myself, and admit that I don't know everything. Admit that marriage is hard work. It's always a goal to be achieved. Anybody has a question so far? This is the little intro. Who's intimidated so far? Who doesn't like it now? I,
You reconcile the culture with the biblical.
good one. How can we reconcile the cultural roles with the biblical roles? What do you think? Any answer here from the crowd?
I think it's hard to understand the cultural roles because the cultural roles are kind of like a facade. They don't actually have there's no like real in-depth explanation for what a cultural expectation is, except that it has to be equal, and everybody has to feel empowered, and nobody's better than the other. But there's no like deeper understanding as to why it should be like that, or why those expectations exist, except for society's purposes.
And there's a lot of variations within the same culture, or even within the same family, right? So it is vague. It is hard to really pinpoint what is the cultural role here. But I guess when we think about culture, it is how each family is normalized to a certain role. And because we bring our baggage, I saw my parents do marriage, so this is what I guess naturally I'm inclined to do when I get married, okay? I may not like some stuff from their own marriage, so I would say I will never do, but I find myself doing it, okay? Or I may think, okay, I want to do better, I try. So it is really hard to understand, I agree with you. But also the same with the biblical rules, right? Roles, because it is also left for each one's understanding, each one ability to follow. But to answer your question, Abuna, I believe it's started by our intention. Intention to be open to change, intention to be open to learn, okay? Because we can't claim we have it all and we know it all. And if we claim that we are Christians and we want to have a Christian marriage, so it is my personal pursuit to seek God's clarity and God's will for me, and slowly transition between what is easier for me, what is more natural for me, to what is my real calling. So I guess the answer, it is not do this and you will shift, but it is a lifelong pursuit. Yeah, but at least be open to God's way.
What is the purpose of my life here? Okay, what is my finish line or my goal to achieve? This will answer the question about the difference between the culture and biblical things. Because if I know it for myself even before marriage, I will know the answer for myself after marriage. I guess the marriage is a way or another way to get to or achieve my final destination, or to go to my final destination at the end of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. We hear both of us. This me and my wife. We heard this lecture before, or maybe most of us have heard it before. Both of us, our main achievement or our main goal is to help each other to reach the eternity, to reach God at the end of the way. So we are here helping each other to reach this destination. So in order to reach this destination, I'm going to do whatever I'm supposed to do to reach this goal.
Absolutely.
If it needs understanding, if it needs to forget about who is the higher in rank or who is bigger or who is whatever, okay, this is not my thing. So if I'm doing this, I might not find any problem because I'm not going to obey the cultural things if it's not going to help me to reach my goal at the end of the day.
I agree with you, but I can't really agree that I won't find any problem because it is hard.
Yeah, it's
but
hard.
but
I'm not
but
saying
at
it's
least
easy. It's hard.
yeah, but at least we have to agree, and I like your view, is that my strive to achieve my goal as a husband stems from my ultimate life goal is to be a Christian according to God's heart. If I put my eyes on this goal, then because to be a better man, be a better Christian man or woman, I will obey more. I will be open more to biblical view of my calling. Do you need a break, or can we just dive into the husband's calling? Dive in? Okay. عاوز تقول حاجة؟ ها؟ Okay. All right.